Reporter Corey Howard has been following it all.
Corey Howard reports from the courthouse.
Tell us more about it, Corey.
And let's get right into it. Chaos at the main airport today in Afghan's capital as people desperately try to leave the country. Our top story: an Alexandria man is behind bars tonight facing multiple charges after officers found suspicious materials in his vehicle. Breaking news on News Channel 5 at 6. The U.S. has just approved the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Details straight ahead. And there is now a third vaccine available in the fight against COVID-19. The FDA just cleared the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for use in the U.S. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is just one dose rather than two. And I'm glad that you brought up the point that we are to the west. I know that the storm is going to the east. How far east is it and which parishes is it affecting? President Biden delivering his 4th of July speech today. The president thanked military families and essential workers who kept the nation going during the pandemic. Louisiana is bracing for the impact of Storm Marco and Laura. Marco is a Category 1 storm now and is expected to make landfall Monday afternoon. The governor's office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness needs your help in getting federal assistance. Speaking to the American public, President Biden said that he stands by his decision, admitting the Taliban's takeover happened more quickly than anticipated. He blamed the Afghan government for allowing the collapse. Now you all may be wondering why I am riding this bike, so let me push the brakes and get off and put down the kickstand, and I'm explaining to you all and show you all a little bit about what you're going to be seeing within the next few minutes. And I want to show you all an example of something that you all do not want to happen to you. Now, if you can zoom, if my photographer could zoom in right there, that's a hubcat. And that was an accident that actually happened last night, according to what I'm hearing from the city. And as you can see, the branches right there, I mean, this could have been catastrophic. It could have been devastating. You look around, you see, this is insulation from the roof. This bridge right here is closed, and there's no telling when it's going to open again, but I'm going to show you all something that you all do not want to do. You see these tire marks right here? These tire marks were driven by somebody. Well, Governor Edwards, it seems like more people are being approved and more parishes are being approved every day. I mean, what does that mean for those people living in those parishes? The families of Destiny Compton and Ashley Moralty filed a lawsuit against the city today, saying the police department has a lack of accountability and transparency, and it ultimately led to the death of their daughters.
Definitely, and I'm glad that you have a place to stay, even if it's here. So it's going to get better, Joanna, and it's going to get better Central Louisiana.
It will.
For years, residents passed up and down this road without a problem.
My pops, I mean, he's lived here 50 years, and like he said the other day, he ain't never once thought about closing the road down. He's had land on the other side of the road there 50 years.
But that's exactly what the Vernon Parish Police Jury did April 20th. Documentation from the meeting shows the jury chose to abandon a portion of Causey Loop, approximately 1,500 feet away from Delton Edwards' home. It's more so the issue, you believe that this was passed underhandedly.
Oh, yeah, 100% it was up under the table.
The reason why Justin and several others believe this is because, according to the police jury's ordinances, in section 17-25, underneath column D, it states, in order to abandon a road, 100% of the residents must be in support of it. However, many of them say they didn't even know about it. Did y'all know anything about this road? Like when they said that they were going to close it off?
No. We didn't find out anything about it until a month after the fact.
No. No.
I mean, no, there ain't nobody has agreed on it. I mean, we got one person that knew about it. Of course, he agreed on it, you know, but we got, I think, five or six different houses, and, I mean, no one ain't knew nothing about it.
This is important to many residents because Causey Loop is like one big circle. If you cut out a portion of that circle, drivers have to take a detour down 489 or Highway 121 rather than simply driving across.
This guys.
We reached out to Scotty Benjamin, who oversees that particular district, and made the motion to abandon the road. Mr. Benjamin did not do an interview, but did provide this letter from the police jury saying the road is no longer needed for public purpose. But residents on the road beg to differ, and many of them are wondering what if an emergency happened.
It's very important. I mean, I could get to my brothers, quicker if there was an emergency. He could get to me. We can get to 489 quicker than going all the way around.
Resident Dennis Berkeley recently had open heart surgery, and he may need an ambulance to get to his home quick.
Well, he's got to travel another 2 miles to get here.
Yeah.
If he's coming from Alexandria, he'll have to go all the way down to the intersection and then come up this way and to the fire station and then come in here.
However, we did get an interview with the jury's president, Jim Tuck, and he said they closed the road because of financial reasons.
It needed quite a bit of work and money spent on it, and that, and it did not affect the public at large.
And when asked about column D, where it says 100% of the residents must be in support, Jim quickly countered those arguments, pointing to column C.
See, it definitely says, it is within the discretion of the police jury, to maintain public roadways or to revoke or set aside the dedication of public roadways. Now,
Jim says column D is only for when residents present the idea to the board, not the other way around. He also says that the jury advertised the discussion of abandoning the road in the Leesville Leader call.
we let it lay over for 30 days, and when we didn't get any negative responses, the jury just went ahead and voted to go ahead and abandon that portion of it.
He said he's running on a radio station, and that's a lie. I listen to the radio station 6 days a week. That's a lie. I ain't never heard it on the radio station. He said he run it through the paper. Well, I don't name one person that gets the paper. I don't know one person around here that even gets the paper.
Residents also brought up the fact that the meeting happened while the governor still had his stay-at-home order in effect.
We did put it out that where people, they can write in, they can make their response for our public hearing.
Despite the explanation, residents still don't understand why the jury would abandon only a portion of the road leading up to a resident's home.
I mean, it was a buddy kind of deal.
And regardless of whatever may be behind the reason why, residents say the solution is simple.
They keep it open.
The next jury meeting will be Monday morning at 10 a.m. Basketball is Jeremiah's favorite sport, and constant practice has transformed the 8-year-old into a superstar.
My grandson loves basketball. He has been playing basketball since he was 4 years old, and he takes the ball everywhere with him.
But his way of practicing can be considered unconventional. For a long time, Jeremiah didn't have a goal. He used to shoot hoops into this green trash can. However, right before Valentine's Day, Jeremiah's luck would change for the better.
No, I was just riding one day, and I was at the stop sign, and I happened to look over here, and I seen him shooting at the goal in the trash can, and he was practicing his uniform, so that made me just want to go get him a goal.
Devin hand-delivered the basketball goal to Jeremiah's grandmother. Thankful for the blessing, she shared her testimony on Facebook, but didn't know her post would go viral.
Because I just thank God for him coming into his life right now, because he is at the, age to where that he just wants to look up to somebody. And then I just thank God he brought him in his life at this time.
Look at Devin like a new friend now that he's did this for you. And how did that make you feel when he decided to do this?
Feel me excited.
Devin hopes one day to open a nonprofit for the youth and find something for them to do that'll keep them out of trouble.
Remember that the kids are the future, that's all.
We all know those good news stories are out there, and we want to tell them.
I just like to help others, and I like to spread kindness like confetti.
It's those type of moments that need to be highlighted in our community because there's people helping each other get through it.
Hopefully feeling seen and remembered and cared about and loved. That's the goal.
If you know somebody who's making a difference in our community, we would like to highlight that person for Tell Me Something Good. So just email us at news@kob.com. So now you tell me something good.